Yes.
questions.
So what you have to do now is to have 1 minute presentation on one of these topics. You have to choose a topic and then to deliver a presentation for your colleagues. And your task is to make it useful and challenging or interesting for them, to make sure that they are paying attention, what you say is interesting for them. And what we will do, we'll try to give feedback on each presentation and to think and to try to give some advice for the presenters on what they could do better to improve in the future their presentation skills. Who would like to start? Me, I heard the
I
me.
would like to start.
Albert,
Alex.
Alex. Okay, Alex. So we'll have 1 minute. Who wants to keep the time? Who will help us keeping the time?
The watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the clock. So, Kurt, will you help us with the 1 minute time?
Yes.
Great. Great. Sorry? Sorry?
Okay, so
Alex,
hold on.
Alex, when you
Okay.
are ready,
Yeah, Alex, tell me when you're ready.
Yes, I'm ready now.
Okay, go.
So, how teenagers had fun these days? So, teenagers mainly like to hang out, to go get a coffee, or to uh, hang out in town at restaurants and at night in clubs. Some of them maybe like to do sports, like team sports, go out and play football or tennis, or jogging, maybe. Uh, Nowadays, teenagers, I think they do not read anymore. And as I said, yes, their fun is like hanging out. Also, spending your time on the internet a lot, playing video games, watching Netflix today, or watching any sort of movies and TV series, not necessarily Netflix.
Okay, done. That was it.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much, Alex.
I've said pretty much anything that teenagers do these days.
You covered quite a lot of activities. That's true. Let's give some feedback to
thanks.
Alex. First of all, how did you feel while having this presentation?
How did I feel? About I feel like very relaxed because it's a topic that it's like a given. You know these things.
So
You
you're
have
pretty
to study
confident.
for them.
Pretty
Yes, I
confident
was
because
confident and
you kind
comfortable.
of felt that you were mastering the topic. You knew what you were
Yes,
talking
because
about.
I did those things and I lived those things. That's
Okay.
why I said I feel comfortable about it.
Good. Let's give feedback to Alex. Oh, Alex, can you start your camera? So we
Yes,
can see.
sure.
Oh.
Yes.
Good. Gabi is like, wow, we'll see Alex.
Can you see me right now?
I cannot.
No.
Just a minute, I think.
So guys, let's give some feedback to Alex. What did you like about Alex?
I like how he started saying that teenagers are actually going to the restaurants in order to grab a coffee. He didn't say a beer, he
gave positive
censored,
examples.
Yeah, he censored it. He's chosen the right example, not the negative and true one.
Good.
I liked his attitude that I think he was kind of speaking from the perspective of a person who's already been through that situation.
Exactly.
And it's like, and his attitude reflected that he's no longer a part of that group of teenagers,
Okay, but
he showed some maturity in his accent and how he talked about it. And I also appreciated the fact that he seemed a little bit cynical, about the topic. Like, yeah, no, teenagers, coffee, clubs, you know. I
Okay.
liked it.
Yeah, this is something I wanted to refer to. So what I liked, I liked that he gave like a lot of information, a lot of examples that was very easy to understand for the ones who were listening. He seemed very confident in what he said. That as you had said, Catherine, is like he had experience, he knew those things, so he seemed confident. What could be improved is the tone. The tone was a bit like phlegmatic. What I mean here is like, you know, you see what I mean,
No,
Alex?
I know what you mean, but I think that's part of his fun in a way, you
Exactly.
know.
It's part of your way. And here, I think you could improve a little bit. Try to seem more engaged, more like you are maybe enthusiastic, more enthusiasm, more positive attitude. And I know, Alex, it's not your style. I know. So you might say, "Oh, come on, don't ask
Just
me to do this."
thanks for the feedback.
But
I tried to switch on my camera, but I don't know why it doesn't let me do it, and I also
Yes,
checked if
I
granted
think
access. But
I think it doesn't work for us, the video. I don't
I
know
don't know
why.
why. Why?
It appears to me a message that it is not allowed.
Really? Why?
Yeah,
Why some people, for example, Ahmed, Katalin, Gabriela, their camera works?
I can't see them. I see
me
only
neither.
audio.
You cannot see them?
No.
I don't know. Oh, so Laszlo asked for control, so I gave control to Laszlo. I don't know what this means, but now Laszlo is in control.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Anyway, start your camera. If you're in control, then we want to see you. Good. Someone is typing, and I think, Katalin, are you typing?
No, I'm not typing.
Someone is typing. Laszlo was typing. Good.
It's not.
Stop typing. Yes.
I think it's Albert.
Albert,
It's not me. It's not me.
then who is typing? Good. Oh, Albert, we can see you. It's not him. He's outside having some fun. That's good. Good. Albert, also you have to choose a topic, and have a 1 minute presentation on a topic. I'm not sure if...
I chose 8 as well.
8.
If it.
Okay, so do you want to start presenting it now because we can see you?
Yeah.
Good.
When I read the topic, I thought we had to talk about the times, meaning that these times during the coronavirus.
You
Can I
can,
present
yes.
about that?
Yes, of course.
So teenagers, due to the coronavirus, are forced to have fun online. They can do many things. There is a really good option to do Facebook video parties where you can watch old videos with your friends when you were having fun outside and comment on them. And everybody can put a video and everybody can see it. Another option is to play online board games that are free on the internet. And for multiplayer video games like World of Warcraft, it is a pretty immersive game and you can feel like you are outside. And you can watch movies as well at home alone if you don't have friends to play with.
Good. Thank you very much, Albert. It was quite good. How did you feel?
I felt really good.
Were you stressed?
No.
That's good. Okay, let's give feedback to Alex. What did you like about Alex's presentation?
About Alex
Mhm.
or last, no?
Laszlo. Albert, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
He seems like he is cool with presenting on camera and online.
Exactly. Like you used to start some video, I don't know, recording all kind of your experiences.
Yeah, I have presented many times during the last 2 days
Really? Oh,
Uh,
that's good.
to bore ourselves out of presenting online.
Really? So you have now a lot of presentations online.
No, we just had with Yonka, we are in a competition, and with friends also.
I think it's good. Any competition and any experience, I think it's useful. What I liked about your presentation is the fact that you are smiling. And this helps a lot, especially if you have a nice smile, you know. But even if not, it's good. Smiling is good and it helps us. Then I like that you gave a lot of options. So it was quite, the content was quite various. So there were a lot of ideas, which helps people somehow find themselves and find something interesting, even if they have different, let's say, preferences. Then what I like is that you use this kind of attractive words like this is a pretty option, or this is oh, this is nice to do, this is free. So you are enthusiastic and you are presenting the things in a positive light, which I think is very useful in a presentation, because this is how you attract people, by saying, oh, this is very interesting, this is nice. So if you seem enthusiastic about what you say, if you seem that you believe what you say, you'll be more, of course, more trustworthy for the listeners. So I think it was quite good. What I would like to do in another time maybe is to choose like a topic which is related to your thesis, for example, so to make it a more scientific topic, and to see how we deal when presenting something which is content wise or content smart. Who wants to continue, Katalin or
Yes,
Gabi?
I would like
Katalin?
to continue.
Okay.
Yeah. Should I time myself?
Who can time, Katalin? Gabi?
I
do you
can
have
time
any-
myself if you want.
Okay, Gabi will help you.
Okay, let me know when I can start.
You can start.
Okay, so due to their coping mechanisms, teenagers are not actually having fun. I think they're just thinking they are, but they're actually getting absorbed into activities that are considered to be funny by the general group. And they accept doing them even though most of the times those activities are not representing their personality for the sake of acceptance of the group. So they're basically not respecting their will, and in time when they're old, they think they had fun because they're just nostalgic for those times and for the youth that they're never getting back, you know what I mean? Because let's be honest, when you're going to a party and you're really, really drunk and you're puking, that's not having fun. But in 10 years, you'll say, oh, I had so much fun back then. You know, that's just my opinion. So I think that in general, teenagers are really actually not having fun. Most of them are not. I don't know. That's just how I see things.
Okay.
I'm done.
Good. Thank you very
And
much.
you were exactly 1 minute.
Yeah, very,
Thank
very
you.
timely. Very good timing. How did you feel, Katalin?
I felt like I'm transmitting something that's important, my own message, you know. I felt good because it's an interesting topic, you know.
Mm-hmm. Good. And you felt good, I think, because you believe in the topic. You believe in your opinion. Like you think you are
Yes, I
right.
relived all those moments in my head, you know.
And that people should learn or should understand this idea because it's useful for them to maybe to make their lives more interesting and to get more fun now. So somehow you felt that you were offering some good advice, useful, making yourself useful.
I would just like people to realize that most of the times who they were when they were young, that's not actually who they really are, and that you shouldn't measure the fun that you're having right now in comparison to the fun that you were having back then. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like don't look back in anger in the past. Just realize that it's good that that time has passed and you are where you are right now.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
this is one of the beauties of a training, that you can feel that you share your opinions, you share your knowledge, you share your I don't know, insights, and you have this feeling that people get something useful from you. So I think this is the one of the beauties and what motivates people to share what they know. And you can have to be a kind of a trainer in so many situations now. And in fact, if you look on YouTube, you see that so many people share their knowledge, and we can all be learners, no matter how amazing or how trained we are, because we can all learn something else from the others. And I also think that this is one of the main, most important things of a trainer, to understand that you can learn a lot from the participants, that you can not only share with the others, but you can also get what the others are sharing. And the best trainings I have seen are the ones where the participants share their knowledge and their competencies, and you learn. Everyone is learning from everyone else. These are, I think, the best trainings I have seen. So, giving you some feedback, what I think you could improve in the future. Maybe the speed was a bit too high in the beginning, and sometimes when we are speedy in what we say is a bit more difficult to be followed. It could be useful to emphasize, okay, you speak for I don't know how many minutes, and then the main ideas are pack, pack, pack. This is what it would be useful to remember. Or also it is very useful when you start the presentation to start with announcing the topic. I'm going to talk about, this is important because, somehow to attract the other's attention on what we want to say. But what was very good is that you are very fluent, and that you seem like you talk from your heart, like looks like you believe in what you say, and it's very somehow convincing, like you seem very authentic in what you say. But don't forget once in a while to come and just emphasize the main ideas. So the message to take from here is pack, pack, pack. This is it. Just to make sure you emphasize one or two or three main issues. Good. Thank you very much, Katalin. Gabi,
Thank you.
Will you continue?
Yes, of course.
Okay, let's go.
Someone is measuring?
Kata?
Yes. Just 1 second.
Okay, when I
Okay,
can
start. Yeah.
So I
Yep.
will speak about working from home. I'm working from home for more than 2 years now, and I feel like it's like riding a roller coaster. It has mainly a lot of ups and fewer downs, but they are longer and downer. I like the freedom in it because it's like I can make my daily schedule and it helps a lot. But what I don't like, it's the mess in my life. Movies, university, work, meeting, washing, cooking, in the same place and mainly and mostly in the same time also. What I think I should say about it to you is make yourself cozy in it, use it to know yourself better, and enjoy every minute you can from it, from the coziness of your heart and house.
Good. Thank you very much, Gabi. How did you feel?
Good.
Okay, now it's 1 minute.
Okay. Thank you, Kata.
Adriana is good.
You like it?
I like to sleep.
exactly, because a lot of us, we like getting the attention. And when we speak, when we get the other's attention, some people feel good. And if we feel good, it's very, very good for us also. What I liked about, so maybe the others, can you tell us what you liked about Gabi's speech? Laszlo. It's good. We cannot hear you, Laszlo. Because your microphone is off.
She was very clear, and I like that she spoke from personal experience, and it seemed that she was really honest about
Exactly. Exactly. I think these are the main things that were very useful in her speech. So she started by making it a personal speech, by making it like from her personal experience, which is becomes interesting for the ones who are listening, because it's something which is reliable, something which is true, which is authentic, and then it is very credible. From my experience of 3 years of working home, it's like I'm talking about a topic I master. I know this topic, so I know what I'm talking about. And then she ended, I like this also, at the end, I will give you some useful advice, from my experience of 3 years experience, so it's something, this is what I would advise you to do to improve your own experience. So this is how she made it useful for the others also. So these are some good tips that we can use when we deliver a speech, so to make the others interested and seeing this presentation as useful. Thank you very much, Gabi. Who wants to continue?
Thank you.
Who wants to continue? Alexandra?
Yes.
Okay.
So I can start?
Yes.
Yes.
Education plays a very important role in our life. Like a famous quote says, a man without education is like a building without foundation. Therefore, it is very important not only for good earning and status of our life, but manners and thinking, the way we are thinking, are also affected by education. As a conclusion, education brings you into the understanding of things that maybe looked like darkness before. That's all.
Okay, good, Alexandra.
43 seconds. We have a record.
Alexandra, how did you feel while having this?
That I have a responsibility to make people understand what I want to transmit and what is the most important thing.
Yeah, did you feel like the world was on your shoulders just because you had to convince people that education is important? And if you're failing convincing people education is important, like, wow, this is a huge failure. Because education is important.
In a very short time.
Mm-hmm. That was very, very good. So we saw here a bit of different style compared to the other presentations. This was more formal. Did you feel this? She tried to make it more formal. Like you could see that she was focused on content and saying something, like important, not just some kind of informal things. You wanted to make it like more, I don't know, official.
Yes.
Presentation. You started with a very good pace. Why education is important, like pausing and emphasizing every word that you said, which was it was a good start. And then you continue with the kind of a motto or a quote, quoting someone. And again, using some quotes could be useful in a presentation, but then we have to be attentive to pay attention to what quotes we are using, so it could be interesting for the audience. And you focused a lot on the content. What you could also, again, what would be also useful for this kind of speech is at the end to emphasize some main ideas. We should remember this, and this. Or, okay, in the end, just to stress out, these are the main reasons why education is important. For this, that, and that. Okay? And then people will remember some, not many ideas, but more precise ideas from your content. So thank you very much.
I also thought about giving an advice at the final, so you should think about this.
Exactly. So that, yeah, like think about this, try and see how you can improve this, something like this. Good. Thank you very much, Alexandra. Who wants to continue?
I can.
Hi, Cesara.
Hi. Can I start?
Yes.
So, why young people love sports? I think this is an affirmation which goes not only for young people, because everybody should love sports. It has a lot of benefits, like from staying healthy to having a community. And I think that is the most important thing why young people do sports, because they go in special places where they can meet friends, they can have other activities besides the actual sport they are doing. And not to forget is that sport makes you a better person. It makes you realize some things, especially team sports. And that will go very well for the next things you're going to do in your life.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. When we finished earlier, what we have to say, maybe this is a kind of an indicator that we don't really like this position. Like having, how did you feel, Cesara?
I felt okay.
Do you feel comfortable? Do you enjoy giving presentation and getting the attention of the others?
Yes, but when I have a topic, I can really discuss a lot of things about it.
So what I liked about your presentation is that you started by with an argument that everyone should be interested in what you present. You know, like sports is useful not only for the teenagers, but it's useful for everyone. Everyone should do this. So here you brought a reason to make everyone listening feel or be interested in your topic, which was good. Then you emphasize the most important thing is, so again, like helping the audience to pay attention to what's the most important in what you say. Then you were very fluent, which is again very good, but the fluency was good on all of you, which I'm happy to see. You had a good pace. So you're not hurrying, you're emphasizing the information. What I think would be good for you to seem a bit more enthusiastic, you know, like more happy about what you say, you know.
Okay.
Does it seem weird when I tell you to seem to look more enthusiastic or happier about what you say?
No, I can be more enthusiastic, but the weather in Cluj is so
Yes.
awful.
I agree. I agree.
Like 9 o'clock at night right now.
Exactly. Good. Good, Cesara. Thank you very much. Who wants to continue?
Thank you.
Who wants to continue? Henrietta? Or Dora?
I can continue.
Caroline?
Yes.
Good. Let's hear you, Caroline.
Okay. How teenagers have fun these days. When you are a teenager, life is very complicated, and because you have to deal with a lot of changes, and a lot of teenagers now spend a lot of time on the internet, like Instagram, Facebook, and doing those TikTok videos. But also they meet in real life. It is very important for teenagers. So they can do a little trip without your parents. And when you are a teenager, you do things for the first time, like drinking alcohol or smoking the first cigarette. And also boys spend a lot of times with video games, or girls put a little makeup on their faces. But when you are a teenager, you should do things that you like, and you shouldn't regret nothing because you are very young.
Good. Good. Thank you, Caroline. How did you feel?
It is a little bit not very comfortable. I don't like to speak in front of a lot of people.
A lot of us feel this, and maybe we feel like a kind of a pressure when we are doing it. But the more we do it, the more comfortable we feel. So just exercising, trying it, I think it's helpful. So what did you like about Caroline's presentation?
Well, she was on time.
Yes, very precise with
She managed
the time.
to say everything that she wanted in a short time.
Yeah.
But I just think that some of the examples were not exactly accurate because, for example, TikTok or makeup or stuff like that, they're pretty used by the adults as well. It's nothing like, I'm not criticizing this. I'm just saying that probably those examples were not the best ones. But I like the part when she said that it's the period when you're first trying alcohol in your first cigarette, and like those are really precious, intimate moments, you know, for that period of time. Yeah, that's the part I like the most.
Good. I also like that you had a good pace. You were fluent. You seem very serious. You know, somehow reliable and trustworthy in what you say. The way you talk is like it shows that you are very well-organized person, and you know, like who is considering things and analyzing before talking. So I had this impression of a confident person. So also for you, maybe more enthusiasm could be useful at some point, and I'm sure you will get to that. Looking more happy when you say something.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Caroline. Who wants to? Sorry.
Vincent wrote me a message that his microphone doesn't work.
It's not working.
So, yeah,
good. It's fine. Who wants to continue? Yes. Maybe Roxana? Or Timea? Or Liz, I'm not sure if your microphone works, please.
I can talk about the first topic.
Great, Timea.
Second, the first one is the usefulness of exercising, which I think it's very important now given the current situation that we live in. And the exercise can give you mood boosts or endorphin rush, or how others call it, because of the said endorphins that we release, and you can release the built-up stress that you have, especially now because we are stressed of the unclear future. It can also help you sleep better, which I can prove, because you burn the excess energy that you have. And it could also be a new hobby nowadays to spend your time, more in a better way, and not just staying around or sitting around in front of your computer. That's all.
Good. Thank you very much, Timea. How did you feel?
I like this topic, so I felt better. I felt good
Mm-hmm.
talking about it,
You
especially
again,
because it's something that I experienced.
mm-hmm. You again seem very confident in what you said. You had a good pace. Um, you were somehow reliable. The information seemed trustworthy, and you made sure that you make us understand that you know what you are talking about by saying that because I know I did this or this happened to me. Uh, so you made us believe that you are a good, a reliable source of information on this topic, which again is very useful when you will defend your thesis presentation. So it's good for people to see that you have read a lot of papers, that you have read a lot of chapters, like you know what you are talking. So thank you very much, Timea. Who wants to continue?
Okay.
I'm not even sure if you still have patience to. Sorry?
Can I go?
We can hear Roxana with a very shy voice. Hi, Roxana. Yes, you can continue if you want.
I'm Dora.
Sorry?
I'm Dora.
Oh, Dora, sorry. Sorry. So, Dora. Dora, it's good to hear.
Can I talk about the third topic, importance of having a job while studying?
Great topic, yes. Dora.
Okay, so first of all, having a job while studying can be really useful and important, especially if it's related to your field of study, because you can see in practice the things which you study in theory at the university. It can help you become more financially independent. You can gain useful skills and experience. Also, your time management skills will be more developed. You will become more organized. And it can give you an idea of what do you want to do in the future, even if it's like a bad experience, because you will know that you don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all.
Good. Thank you very much, Dora. How did you feel?
That's okay. It was nice.
The sound was not amazing, but what I like is that you are very calm. You again seem very confident, fluent, and the information you had a good rhythm for the information you delivered, so it was quite easy to follow you. Again, if you put maybe more pathos, more feelings in what you say, could be even more attractive for the listeners. But overall, it's like the content is very good. Good. Thank you, Dora. Anyone else would like to share with us? Ariana, I'm not sure if you can hear us, or Roxana, Ingrid, Henrietta. Who's playing the guitar?
I just did it for the more dramatic effect.
Thank you, Catherine.
Because it was a pause,
A very nice idea. Good, guys. Because we have maybe taken too long already. If you have any questions.
I missed the first part of the class. Do we have any assignments now that we